Hi everyone, and welcome to Stay Strong Online. My name is Krista. I am a registered massage therapist, a Pilates instructor, and a certified lymphedema therapist. And today we're going to be doing a Pilates sequence for moving the lymphatic system. So what we're going to need today for these exercises is a mat or a firm surface. You're going to need a pillow to support your head. You're going to need a Theraband, a yoga strap, or maybe a towel because we're going to be doing some leg stretching. You might also want a nice little squishy ball, so it doesn't have to look exactly like this or be this exact ball, but something that's similar to this size, or you can use a rolled up towel. So I think that is everything you're going to need for today. So when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is just ease in and take some nice deep breaths. So when we want to get the lymphatic system moving, we want to take some nice deep diaphragmatic breaths, and that's also going to help your body relax and just get into the flow of what we're going to do today. So totally optional where you want to start this. You can be seated or you can be lying down. I'll start seated just to mix things up a little bit. I just want you to place your hands just gently on your belly just for some feedback. And you're going to take some nice deep belly breaths and feel your belly press into your palms. So big inhale and exhale. Breathing into the belly, shoulders are relaxed, and out. Do that just a few more times. You don't have to be looking at the video. You can close your eyes. Really press that belly into the fingertips, and out. Great. So now we're going to just start to stimulate the lymphatic system by giving yourself a nice little massage around the neck and the shoulders. So you're going to take a nice flat hand. If I'm using my right hand, I'm going to reach over to my left shoulder. I'm just going to shrug my shoulders here. You're going to get a little bit of a divot between the collarbone and the trapezius muscle. So you want to take that flat hand. You want to just gently press onto that surface, and you want to do small circles towards your neck. So they're just really gentle. You're not really pressing down. It's just more about the shape of the circle. So we're going to go about 5 to 10 times here, and you can just keep doing the nice diaphragmatic breath. So we're just stimulating the lymphatic system here so that it has a place to go once we've all moved it through the body here, if that makes any sense. All right, so then we're going to take my left hand, flat palm. I'm going to place that on the collarbone and just sort of shrug the shoulders to feel that little space that pops up. And then you're just going to take nice small circles. So remember, it's not about the pressure that you're pushing down. You're just kind of going towards the neck. And there's really no wrong way that you can do it. If anything, you're giving yourself a nice little neck and shoulder massage. So it's a really nice way to start this session. And keep breathing. Great. So now we're going to go down onto the back, and we're going to actually start with the legs, and we're going to just stretch the hamstrings, and we're going to encourage the lymph to flow from the feet and the legs towards the upper body. So I'm going to take my Theraband today, totally optional. This can be also a towel or a yoga strap. I'm going to lift my foot up, wrap the Theraband around the ball of the foot, and press up. So I do want to get a nice stretch on the back of the hamstring here. I'm going to flex my foot and reach my heel up towards the ceiling, feeling nice length in the back of the hamstring. I'm going to pull my elbows down towards the floor and relax my neck and shoulders. And I also want to be mindful that I haven't pulled my leg so high that my low back is now driving into the mat. So I'm okay with less distance if it means you're separating that hamstring from your low back as far as the stretch goes. And we're just breathing and stretching. So keep reaching that heel up towards the ceiling. And enjoy that, letting gravity pull the lymph flow down towards the heart. And then we're going to take some nice circles with the ankles, just mobilizing those spaces where the lymph system can become a little bit congested, especially now in the summertime when we're standing in the heat. We could just circle there. Maybe I'll go 3 to 5 more times in the other direction, taking things nice and slow here. And circling around. Good. So we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to bend that knee in. I'm going to take that Theraband again, give myself a nice helper there for holding up the leg. I'm going to press that heel up towards the ceiling, lengthening behind the knee. So you're going to feel a stretch up the back of the thigh and into the calf. Elbows are down, and your shoulders and neck are relaxed. Now, you can also probably put something underneath your head. Let me just contort myself here to do that. And, that's so much better. There we go. Okay. So remember to not pull so high that you've gone into your low back. You're keeping a nice neutral spine, reaching that heel up towards the ceiling. And let's go straight into those ankle circles. So I'm pushing into that Theraband, that towel or that yoga strap. Or if you have nothing, then you're just holding onto the back of your thigh here and remembering not to go into that low back. So just be mindful of where your hands are and where your low back is. Circling around. I'm going to go 3 to 5 in the other direction. Good. All right. I'm going to take the Theraband away. I'm going to drop it off to the side. And I'm going to bring both my knees in towards my chest. Now, I do want you to feel that difference where you bring that low back towards the mat and then maybe do a little bit of side to side movement. So you're giving yourself a nice little massage on the low back. Then I want you to release that tailbone down towards the floor. So you're getting that neutral spine. Again, so you have that natural lumbar curve. And then I want you to rock just gently side to side on the pelvis. So again, we're keeping a natural curve in the spine and we're just gently rocking side to side. Now more on the pelvis. This should not hurt the low back. Should just be nice and gentle. And while we're here, you're gently compressing at the hip joint and we're encouraging some lymph flow around the groin region as well. And then we've squished behind the knees where there's lymph nodes and we're encouraging that lymph flow there as well. So you can bring the feet down. If you have that small ball, towel, or or something else that you've got in its place, you're going to place this underneath your knee. So I'm going to just start on the right side. You're going to place it right underneath the knee, little knee pit there. And nice and relaxed, you can keep the other leg bent and the knee is just going to be soft and maybe the ankle touches the floor. And then it's a really simple exercise where we're just extending the leg. We're pressing that back of the knee into the ball and we've engaged the quad. And then we're just going to drop it back down. You can take a nice exhale as you compress that back of the knee into the ball using your quad to lift. Inhale to relax. Exhale, lift. Inhale, relax. We're going to do 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, relax. Last one. So here we're compressing the back of the knee and encouraging those lymph nodes to mobilize any lymph fluid. We're going to go over to the other side, so that left knee. So this still works with a towel, maybe a stack of pillows. You're just looking for that sensation. We're going to lift that leg, just that sensation that you can have something to push against the back of the knee. And again, this should not be painful. We're just mobilizing, lifting the leg, engaging the quad. It's a nice stabilizer on the knee as well. 2 more. Exhale and release. And exhale and release. Great, so then we're going to take the ball. You're going to place it between the knees, or maybe just below the knees, so they're on the inner thighs. The heels are going to be in line with your sit bones. Your pelvis is going to be in neutral. You've still got something underneath your head to support you. And then we're going to give that ball a nice squeeze. So you're exhaling to squeeze that ball. Inhale to release. Exhale, squeeze the ball between the thighs. You're using your adductor muscles here to squeeze inward. Inhale to release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to release. And then I'm going to take this pillow out from underneath my head. I'm going to keep the ball there. And we're going to do hip rolls while we're maintaining that the ball stays between the knees. So I'm going to use an exhale to pelvic tilt, roll up through the spine, and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to roll back down. Connecting those vertebrae to the mat, back to neutral. I'm going to move my feet in just a little bit more. Inhale here. Exhale to roll through the spine. Use your glutes to help you lift up. Inhale at the top. Check on those ribs. Make sure they've dropped down. And then exhale. Articulate the spine all the way back down. One more time like that. So the ball is great just to help your legs stay in line with your hips. Prevents any flare of those knees. Even with the ball there, though, it can be challenging. Inhale and exhale to release the spine all the way back down to neutral. Great, so I'm going to take the ball away. I'm going to set that off to the side. We will come back to it, and I'm going to come up to a seated position. So the position that you can be in here is optional. I'm going to jump onto a block so that I get a little bit more mobility, and I'm going to just cross my feet pretty casually, like one in front of the other. And then from here, I just want to mobilize the pelvis a little bit more. So it's that sensation of the imprint and the release, or that pelvic roll back, and we're just mobilizing. So I'm going to release the low back, pelvic tilt backwards, and then go forwards. So I'm like super tight in these areas. So the elevation helps, and it just helps me to rock a little bit more backwards and forwards. I want to encourage more of that spilling forwards, but it's coming from that pelvis rocking back and forward. If that makes any sense. If it doesn't make sense and you need some clarification, leave a comment below and we'll help out. Okay, so you ideally don't want to feel this too much in those hip flexors as the push and the pull. It's rocking back and forth here. Just to mobilize. Do one more. Not a lot going on in my hips. Hopefully there's a little bit more. And if you need a little bit more work in your hips, then check out the Hips Don't Lie series from our boomer. Good. So then from here, maybe just open up that right leg if that's available to you. If not, keep them crossed or change the foot position. And then we're just going to get a little bit familiar with the inner thigh. And we're just going to do gentle massage up towards the groin. So we're going to just gently, flat hand, massage all the way up, just relaxing those adductor muscles, getting familiar with the musculature that's there. Oh yes, there are muscles there. And we're just encouraging that lymph again to flow from the lower body to the upper. And then maybe flat palm, just give yourself a little compression on the quad, moving from the top of the knee towards the hips here, right? Feels lovely. And then we're going to do that all on the other side. So we're going to open up that leg. I'm going to flat hand, start from the top of the knee and very gently glide up towards the groin area. We're all adults here. Strictly therapeutic. Good. Up. Moving. So the lymphatic system actually relies on movement to move. So self-massage or being active to mobilize that lymph is really important. And unlike the circulatory system that has a built-in muscular contraction and relaxation, the lymph system relies on our muscles to contract and relax, and it moves the lymph through our body. And we don't want stagnant lymph. We want nice, healthy lymph flow. All right, that's enough on that inner thigh. Let's add a little bit of compression on the top of the knee, and palm is nice and flat, a little bit of pressure down, and move up. This is also possible to have done by a lymphatic therapist. So there are trained lymphatic therapists that can help you boost your lymph system by providing lymphatic massage. And we'll just do that one more time here. That's it. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to come down onto my side. So we're trying to get all ranges of motion here, trying to move that lymph system. On my side with a pillow, and I'm going to have my knees bent and relaxed. I'm going to reach both of my hands out in front and take a nice inhale, lift this top arm. I'm going to keep my head looking forward. I'm going to exhale and open up that shoulder, depending on what's available to you. And so maybe you want to keep this hand close to the shoulder, then that's okay too. And then I'm going to inhale back up towards the ceiling and exhale to close it all back down. I'm going to do this 2 more times on this side. Inhale and exhale. So remember, the breathing is really important here as well as we're moving the lymph, and it can, the breath helps to move the lymph as well by way of the lifting and lowering of the diaphragm. And the last exhale to open. Keep that head forward just to encourage more thoracic rotation. And coming back down. Let's switch sides. Flippity over here. And placing the head on the pillow, both hands out in front, knees are bent and relaxed. Keep those hips stacked. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale to open. Oh, I just got a nice release on my low back. Inhale to come up, and exhale to close down. Inhale, and exhale to open. Take your time with these. Inhale, exhale to close. And one more time up. Inhale, and exhale to close. Wait, where am I? I'm opening up here. I should restart on this side. No? All good. All right, we've closed it down. Okay, so then we're going to go onto the tummy And we're going to take our little squishy ball. And if you don't have the ball, you can use a pillow or you can use nothing. It's totally optional. So we're going to do some nice deep belly breathing into the ball or into the floor or into your pillow. So if you're using your little squishy ball, you're going to place that right on your tummy. And our tummy is pretty sensitive. And so just be mindful of pressure. If it doesn't feel good for you with the ball, come down to a pillow or maybe just use the floor. I'll do a couple rounds here with the ball, then I'll demo on the floor. So again, you're going back into those deep diaphragmatic breaths where you push the belly out on the inhale into the ball. And then as you exhale, you're going to feel the belly peel away from the ball. You might find a little bit of tension as well. Just stick with it if you can. Inhale and exhale. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. One more time like this with the ball. Inhale and exhale. And so I'm going to come down onto the belly. If you love the ball, keep that ball. Otherwise, you're just going to experience what it's like just with your belly pressing into the mat. So the exact same exercise where you're inhaling, pressing that belly towards the floor, and exhale to let go. We're going to do 2 more like that. Big inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Great. We're going to come onto all fours and do a little bit of cat stretch. So with your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, you're looking straight down at the mat. Elbow pits are forward. You're spreading those fingertips. And we're going to take an inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, round the spine, reach the spine up towards the ceiling. The tailbone drops down. Head is heavy. Let the crown of the head fall towards the floor. Shoulders down and away. Inhale here at the top of this movement. And then exhale, start to unravel from the tailbone and release. Now we're not going to go into an extension. We're just going to keep everything neutral. So you come back to that starting position, check on those ribs, lift them away from the mat, pressing gently away from the mat. Inhale, prepare. And exhale to round the spine, engaging those lower abdominals to lift. Inhale here at the top. And then exhale, round from the tailbone, release that tailbone, and then lift the ribs as you come back to neutral. One more time. Inhale. And exhale to curve that spine up towards the ceiling, pressing into those hands, so make sure you're not relaxed or collapsing through those shoulders. Last inhale, exhale, release from the tailbone all the way through, lifting those ribs to finish off. Coming back down onto the mat, onto your stomach, and we're going to do single leg kick. I'm going to place my forehead on my hands again. Use that as a little pillow, neck and shoulders relaxed. If the hands are not comfortable underneath your forehead or you still feel like you have a lot of tension, just lift yourself up maybe with a yoga block or a pillow instead and place your forehead on top of that. So we're going to do these nice and slow. So this movement here with single leg kick, I'm going to take my right leg, I'm stabilizing my pelvis, and I'm going to gently point the toe and sort of gently kick towards my bum. I'm going to release and then flex the foot and kick the bum, pointing the toe and releasing the leg all the way down with the left leg. Pointed toe, bending the knee, sort of engaging that hamstring to kick the bum, easing off a little bit, then flexing the foot, coming back in to squeeze, and then releasing all the way down. A little bit quicker, but it's still quite controlled on that right side. Point, flex, and release down. So you bend the knee, point the toe, release, flex the foot, bend the knee, and come back down. And keep going on the right side, point, flex, and release, and left, point, flex, and release here. I'm going to do one more each side. Point, flex, and release, point, flex on the left, and release. Press into the hands, come into a nice child's pose. So open the knees, stretch out the hands in front, maybe relax the head down towards the mat, or bring that block or pillow with you as well. So a nice stretch here on the front of the shoulders as well with your hands out front, if that's available to you. If not, bring them in. And then from here, we're going to do a nice side stretch. So we're just going to cross maybe the right arm over that left or just on top. And then I'm going to sink a little bit more into the right side. I'm going to let my head relax on that right arm. And we're just stretching out on the right side. So you've got a little bit of a curve happening. And breathing. Do one more. And then you'll rock yourself over to the other side. And the left hand is on top. And you're gently sinking into that left hip, feeling a nice stretch through that left side. I'm going to drop my head onto that left upper arm. And one more time here. Good. We're going to come all the way onto your back. Almost done. Okay. And we're going to have the pillow underneath the head. We're going to do just 3 arm circles in each direction. So you're going to reach over the head, circle around. Inhale as you come up. Exhale to come down. One more time in this direction. Up and down, and then reverse. Up and down and around and down, and one more and down. Great. Maybe take that pillow out from underneath your head. We're going to bring the knees in towards the chest, and then just for fun, make sure that you've got a decent mat or support underneath you. Maybe there's a little bit of carpet. We're just going to kick the legs and rock ourselves up, and then I want you to rock back. I'm not going to be picky. This is called rolling like a ball in the Pilates world, but we're going to use our legs for some momentum. And you can use your spine to help you rock up and down. The next one, here, up and down. Just pause there, then roll all the way back down. And just to finish off, just do some nice shoulder shrugs. Up and pull down. Up. So the rolling like a ball is a nice little spine massage. Something a little bit fun. Up and down, and the last one there, just up towards the ears, and then pull them down and away. Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave us a thumbs up below, and other than that, I hope you have an awesome day.